I think we're there with the political guru and the not the moderator of Meet the Press. Why do I? That's what I want to say.
I don't know.
Our political guru and moderator of Meet the Press, but is
that a foreshadow?
I think it is. I think you're due for that.
I'm not moderating anything.
No, that's right. You're not moderation of anything.
I can't. I couldn't hold my tongue and ask questions. I guess. The
right winger. No, the Harbor Creek Township Supervisor Dean Pepicello.
Hi.
This is a big historic day. I mean, any way you slice it, we had a war in Gaza, and now we don't. We had hostages in tunnels being tortured in Gaza, and now we don't. And it's the Trump 20-point plan. Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner and all these people that people love to hate make it happen. Holy smokes.
Yeah. Two things went through my mind. A lot of things went through my mind. The first thing was the reunion of the hostages was incredible, right? That to see some of that is, man, it's just, if you don't have tears in your eyes, I don't check your pulse, I guess. But the first thing I thought, this is me, not the guru, but the guy who, politics is so much of what I do. I thought, could Kamala Harris have done that? Could Joe Biden have done that? Right? No way. Come on.
Well, they had the chance.
I don't care what side of the aisle you're on. They couldn't. They don't have the chops. They don't have the ability. They don't have the strength. They probably don't have the smarts, if you ask me. Just my personal opinion.
I think the ideology wouldn't allow it.
Exactly.
Because, let's face it, the Democrats have been held down by this, free Palestine.
Yep.
And it's not the Israelis who attacked on October 7th and slaughtered babies and all that horrific stuff.
Yeah, exactly. My other thought was pretty good timing for the No Kings rally. The First Amendment's a beautiful thing when you want to look stupid sometimes. And I mean, I don't know how else to describe it. Those people are going to look like fools this weekend. Go out and enjoy yourself. You look like a total, seriously, nice timing, whatever. You're free to do that. It's a beautiful freedom of expression. Here's the thing. So only probably Trump could have pulled this off. Right now, I had help. You look at Qatar and Egypt, all the countries involved, right? But here's why only Trump pulls this off. Because he's strong. You have to be strong. So he had to convince, it was an almost impossible situation. You had to convince Hamas that we're on Israel's side. Israel's going to fight to the death. I said last week that'll only end when someone wins and someone loses. Hamas was going to lose. Right, so they get buoyed a little bit by France and Britain and the stupid things they say, like this whole Palestinian state, whatever. Right, they're whatever it is, their reasoning. But in reality, Israel was never going to stop. And could they have held on longer? Probably. They were never going to hold on with American support, and American support was always there. So Trump, I think, says to Hamas, "Hey, we can do this all day. We can do it all day. I can do this forever. Right? You can all get destroyed. I'll help. We know I'll help. We can do this all day." Or, here's my 20-point plan. Hamas has to go away. That's the toughest part of that plan.
Yeah.
Who's going to rule?
The jury's still out.
But you get land, right? You get your space to exist. So I'll fight for that. All right. I'll give you that. Everything else you're giving up. End of story. And then he says to Netanyahu, I'll be there. Am I really there? I'll probably be there at the end of the day, but you're going to have to. I'll be there as long as you've got to give them space, right? You have to give them land, and that's it. It's that simple to me. But you have to be that strong. And you look at the Democratic stance on just give this. The Palestinian state needs to exist. It's not that simple. Israel is not going to just let them exist, quote unquote. And then you throw in this peace board or whatever the governing board is.
Yeah.
Tony Blair on it. Trump will be part of it, right? So the United States now has to commit. It isn't over. He can't just walk away and come back here and get back to domestic things, which I think he does need to do. But they need to commit and they need to stay. Today is an incredible day. Does it hold? We'll see. Today is an incredible day. And did you see what Hillary Clinton said on CBS News this morning?
I didn't see it.
Gave Donald Trump the credit.
He did.
Didn't pull any punches. Even Kamala Harris was kind of okay, but yes, Donald Trump. I mean, if Hillary Clinton remade her legacy today.
Wow.
Because she reminded people that she was Secretary of State and worked on some of these things. She reminded people that she was a senator from New York. She's she's getting away now from I'm a failed presidential candidate, right? She has remade her legacy today, I think, in saying that. And I think the Democrats will do themselves a favor by saying that, and more are saying it today, not all. But this is unbelievable, Joel. And I rarely say everybody's replaceable, right? No one's irreplaceable. We say it all the time. But it really, probably only someone like Donald Trump to me can get this done, because you needed all of those things to happen. We're so strong. He is so strong on the international stage that it takes someone that strong to be able to do that, to say to both sides, you're both giving up a ton, and I'll be with you if you do this. And that's exactly what happened. And then you see all these Middle East, all these leaders also involved in the press conference today. Just incredible moments.
Well, I mean, look what he did. He speaks to the Knesset, then he goes to Egypt.
Right.
Again, I think the most important part of this is that he convinced the Arab nations to sign on to the 20-point plan.
Exactly.
Hamas was isolated. They had to do this because their funders are gone. We were willing to do the cluster bomb of the nuclear plant, whether it was super successful or not. It showed that we had the guts to go there. And I'm just not sure. I mean, gosh, let's face it, and people are going to hate me for this, but it was President Obama who gave $1.something billion in cold hard cash to the Iranians. I mean, that's the differential, whether you like that or not.
This is a clear win.
Yeah.
Clear win today for the Middle East and for the world, and certainly for Donald Trump.
Certainly. Let's grab a phone call here. Hi, you are live with Dean and Joel and Shaney here on Talk Erie.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I sure can. Go ahead, Bill.
Okay, what I'd like for you guys to do, not Shaney because she's not talking, but I'd like for you guys to put your Kool-Aid down for a couple minutes here, okay?
My Kool-Aid, okay. I prefer the punch.
Too.
Yeah, okay.
Dino too. But anyhow, the agreement was to release all the hostages. Hamas has only released 4 out of 28 of the dead hostages.
Oh.
So they've not even released all the hostages yet. Okay?
Yeah, I guess they don't know where they all are, is what I heard. Like,
I don't know, but if there's a deal on the table, then that's the deal.
You're right. Yeah.
Once they got their 2,000 terrorists back, then it seems like they changed their mind. And their terrorists are probably already ready to fight us again. But you were talking about the Kings protesting. I guess this weekend again. I guess if they're going to protest, let them protest. But what they can't protest free Palestine anymore, right?
Right.
That's a done deal
I
there.
hope they thank Trump for it. I mean, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, I think this is just a big show for Trump, like everything is. I really don't think this is all going to work out. I mean, how long have they been fighting in the Middle East? And here comes Trump. Hey, on a good note, I do have some good news for you, Dino.
Mm-hmm.
The Venezuela president has said she's going to return the Nobel Peace Prize back to Trump. So
I know she did give him credit, by the way, and said he should have won it or deserved credit for it. I don't know if she's going that far, but she definitely said something.
Yeah,
amazing.
I guess the deadline for the nomination is in January, so he was technically not even either was a brand new president or just getting.
Let me finish with.
Go ahead. Yeah.
If you make a deal, right? And I don't know who the heck makes this kind of deal. 20 living hostages for 1,900 terrorists, people who killed people. I mean, these ain't people who committed burglary. These are murderers. Who makes that kind of deal?
You understand something. Understand something. Okay, so they're fighters, but they were captured by the Israelis in war, right? So understand something. The leadership now of Hamas is going to say, we're done. We're done, because they will get destroyed. They got their land. So I get it. You call them terrorists, you call them fighters, whatever. But the leadership now, I think, not that you're not going to see terrorism in the Middle East and that they don't feel any differently about Israel. I get it, Bill, man. I know what you're saying. But I don't think they're going to go there. I think leadership saying we're not doing that. We're going to reform. We'll do something else. But for now, I just don't see it happening. They will get destroyed. That's why the deal happened, Bill. That's why.
All righty.
Let me end this with this here, okay?
Yes, sir.
Dino, I hope you're right, but you've not been right about anything.
Oh, jeez. All right, Bill. Thanks, man. We'll see you. Let's think of another call in real quick. Hi, I'm up against the break, but you're live on Talk Erie.
Hey, what's up? This is me, Steve, again. Is this Joel?
This is Joel. Go ahead, Steve.
Oh, yeah, your mic sounds a little distorted. Anyway, I haven't talked to you in quite a couple months. Anyway, not to change the subject or anything, I was just wondering if you know anything about that Bayfront project, like when that's going to be finished.
It should be finished. It's going to be 2 more years, but they'll open up the main route through State Street, and I think next year, maybe spring of 2027, actually.
No kidding.
Yeah, it started in September. It'll probably be either late 2026 or like January, February 2027. Yep.
Holy cow! Because I work right there. On the old dock, and I take that way every day. I'm still waiting.
Yep.
What do you think about this project? Do you think it's worth it? Because I thought it was running real fine.
Yeah, it's going to be revolutionary to the community. I think it's the keystone project of the Bayfront. It's going to spawn all kinds of Bayfront development once it's complete. So stay tuned. Thank you, Steve. I appreciate it, man. Take it easy.
Great. Thank you very much for answering. Have a great show, Joel. Thank you.
Sir. Bye-bye. Appreciate Steve here. We got to go to break. Dino's with us, 814-679-1080. It's 518 on Talk Erie. I think there's some points that are well taken that, wasn't that Reagan has said, trust but verify. We don't know whether Hamas is going to be dormant and, go in exile and all that. And I tell you what, who's really against these kind of 2,000 militants for 20 hostages is a guy like Ben Shapiro. He thinks, but that has been something that has been their kind of their lever in Israel to get something that they want. And they, the people that are against Israel will say, well, they just pick people up, But no, a lot of these people are convicted with murder, and they're terrorists. Some of them are, become, some of them that have been in Israeli custody were masterminds of terrorism, in the past, like Sinwar and so on. But anyway.
And I understand that. And listen, terrorism isn't going to end in the Middle East, and hatred of the Jews is not going to end there. But the leadership of Hamas now will not be organized in the way they were organized October 7th.
Yeah. And right? I think Iran is the key here. I think Iran has been chastened. Iran, I'm not sure how strong the mullahs have on their own country. I mean, you think about that. That was Persia. The Shah of Iran in the 70s, that was like this amazing place to visit, I mean, it's kind of wild.
And Trump today called him out, said, hey, you can be next, meaning you can be next with peace.
Right, yes.
You can be next with prosperity. So come to the table. I wouldn't be surprised to see that happen as well. Again, I don't think the plan was all that difficult, honestly. It was the ability to say to both sides, I've got something for and on both of you, and I'm willing to do it. That's the difference with Trump. It's not talk, it's action.
He pushed Netanyahu to take this deal.
Exactly.
I mean, Netanyahu didn't want to take it. The far right of the Knesset didn't want to take it.
No, they wanted them eliminated. Yeah. They wanted the entire state eliminated, all of Hamas. And that shows you his strength. Honestly, who could have argued with him? Like the Israelis at that point, the far right Netanyahu. They would have achieved that. They would have gotten there. It may have taken some time, but they would have gotten there. And yes, they had some of the world against them. This is it's almost, it's miraculous. But it takes that kind of strength that probably only that person can give. You got to give him credit to people that don't. Would amaze me. Hillary Clinton's out front today going, hey, man, nice work, dude.
Yeah. I know how tough this is. Yeah.
That should tell people something. It's not going to sell as the Democrats continue to wander in the wilderness.
Did you hear what he said about Marco? I mean, he's talking to the Knesset. He's like, I want to honor the best Secretary of State ever, Marco Rubio. I didn't always like him. I thought he was nasty.
Right.
It's like, what are you saying?
He's so honest. He made them laugh if you watch.
Yeah, he's having a MAGA rally in the Israeli Knesset.
And they're laughing. They're laughing.
Yeah, they're laughing at him.
And they respect him immensely because he got them to the place that would have taken them much longer. Have I not said Marco Rubio would be the nominee for president? Have I said that? I still believe that's the case. People think I'm crazy.
Right. No, I think you're absolutely right.
Trump made that. That's the case he made today.
I could see JD being there, but man, Marco is. Unfortunately for JD, it's a crap job being vice president. It's not a great job.
No.
But you can do things. You're a high flyer as Secretary of State.
Absolutely.
And a political animal like Rubio, and as good looking as he is, and sharp, and he's got all the stuff, man.
It's the things that Trump continues to say about him. Not that he doesn't say bad things about JD Vance. JD Vance is fabulous.
No, he does.
Fabulous.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Let's not kid ourselves. But he seems to be leaning. If Trump endorses in that race, that'll be the nominee.
Let's stay with domestic here. Okay, what are we at now? Tomorrow it'll be 2 full weeks of the shutdown. Who's the winners and losers on that?
Well,
other than the American people.
Really? Do you know the government shutdown? If you weren't in this business.
You know what? I can't do any of my FCC work.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I'm supposed to be uploading stuff. The website's shut down.
Okay, well, are you shut down?
No, I'm working. I'm still licensed.
Exactly. Oh, if the FCC didn't exist, you'd be fine. Okay, so we're not missing that boat. Like, does anybody even know the state government shut down? Listen, I know. School district, right. I know people are waiting on money. Listen, I'm not.
They're crying in places like Girard School District and stuff.
I understand that. Take a tax anticipation note out. That's how it works sometimes.
See, the taxpayers don't like interest. And it's not fair that they need to pay interest. It really isn't.
I'm telling you, ask who are the winners and losers. The people aren't the losers. I mean, if you're directly affected, but honestly, 95% of the country is not affected by the federal government shutdown of non-essential employees at this point, nor the state government. That's all you need to know. By the way, the debt continues to go through the roof. we haven't solved any of that yet. There are a lot of domestic problems that Donald Trump is coming home to. The losers today continue to be the Democrats. I think they're holding this up. Now they're being embarrassed on the world stage. Essentially, Donald Trump is a winner, right? He is a winner today. So he is a winner in all things. It isn't just Mideast peace or international relations. Yeah. Today he is the king of the world. No king's rally. Enjoy yourselves. But today he's that person. So they're the loser today.
Do you think that Marjorie Taylor Greene kind of coming off the reservation and saying, "Look, my own kids are having their Obamacare premium skyrocket. Can we do something here?" Does that mean anything?
Yeah, without a doubt. I think Donald Trump still has trouble at home. Prices are still stubbornly high, right? People are not. Wealth isn't increasing every day here. Prices are way too high. He does have a government shutdown he's got to deal with. Their gasoline, I mean, if gas prices really come down like we thought with all the drilling, all the things he talked about. So he's got some domestic issues. Today, now he's got the wind at his back,
right?
As he comes home, and we'll see. So he's got some things to deal with here, but for today, he's on top of the mountain without a doubt.
Let's sneak in a couple quick calls here. I've got about a minute, caller. You're live on Talk Erie.
I like Marco Rubio a lot. He's doing a really good job. It seems like he found his place.
Yeah, I agree.
And also, these shutdowns. Is it because government has gotten so fast, it got really expensive really fast. Now everybody seems like they want to raise taxes, and somebody's trying not to raise taxes. Is that why it's shutting down? Canada?
Yeah, I no, they're shutting down because they don't like that Trump won, and they don't like that the big beautiful bill was able to be passed, and so now they want all the things that were rolled back in the beautiful bill to come back to fruition. I think that's what it is. Hey, I'm going to keep moving. Thanks so much. Appreciate it, man. One more call here. I've got less than a minute. You're live on Talk Erie.
I tell you who the losers are going to be are the military. I did hear that Trump has made a way for the military, all the military, the soldiers to get paid. But as a person that was in the military, I remember what it was like waiting for that first and 15th paycheck.
Yep.
So that's who's going to be the losers if that doesn't come through. So, and to think that the Democrats are fighting to keep it closed, if the military doesn't get paid and they're fighting to keep health care for illegals, that would be a dying shame. So anyway, I'll let you guys go, and I'll listen to the rest of it.
Thanks for your service. Appreciate it. Thanks much.
It's a political shutdown, and the only way it'll get done is when somebody realizes they're losing. That, to me, that's how this thing gets done. When one side or another realizes, oh crap, we're losing. We're losing this political war from the shutdown.
So again, with the entire power of legacy media going against you, and somehow the Republicans are standing tough on this whole thing. They're saying, we just want to pass a CR, which I'm not super excited about. I want to see regular business budgets, and we can't ever seem to get that. Dean Pepicello is with us here. Stand by. We've got news next. It's Talk Erie and the Joel Natale Show, Mondays with Dean, when we talk politics here on Talk Erie. Tuck Erie and the Joel Natale Show. We're back live from our Kingdom Financial Group studio here at 5th and State. We talk politics on Mondays, live on YouTube and Facebook. Dean Pepicello, the Harbor Creek Township Supervisor, our political guru, the only guy in this room that's ever mounted a campaign, won multiple times, knows how it's done. He's the guru. And, I mean, heck, you're our Heidi Heitkamp.
Who?
You ever hear Heidi Heitkamp shows up on all the talking heads on Sunday mornings and stuff like that.
Right.
But she's from like North Dakota.
Right.
Yes,
I am familiar.
She has a brother named Joel who's a talk show host.
All right.
In Minot or something like that.
Nice. Well, that would be me. It could have easily been named Heidi.
I'm just teasing you. So we again, we have the world stage, the world geopolitical situation. We've got this crazy shutdown at the federal level, which up till now is maybe not making much impact. Although, they keep on talking about the Office of Management and Budget, and that they're going after now doing full permanent furloughs of Democratic pet projects. I mean, they're just trying to put the thumbs on the scale here to see if the Democrats would cave.
Well,
right?
Trump warned it would happen.
Yeah.
Right? And apparently it is. Is that the case now?
That's what I'm hearing, is that they're like focusing things like on the IRS or on the Department of Environmental Protection and that kind of thing,
EPA.
I'm sorry, Environmental Protection Agency.
At the federal level.
Authority, yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. I still think this is political. The entire shutdown is political related. It's
100% political.
Exactly. And it will end when one side is clearly losing, like they're losing from a polling standpoint, or they jeopardize themselves in elections. That's what you'll see.
Let's go to the state. I had Governor Shapiro on Friday. He's blaming the Senate Republicans for not working, and that they need to come back and do their job. He's willing to deal. I hear that, Governor Shapiro, yet I don't think he's using his bully pulpit effectively enough. I think he could really push harder to get this job done. And
he says he has.
Well, but he's wanting to spend $4 billion more than they're going to take in. I mean, whenever you have to dip it to the rainy day fund and it's not necessarily a rainy day, that often doesn't go well.
So don't they have billions? What's the Pennsylvania rainy day
billions.
fund? Is it? Would it be?
It's billions. But
okay.
I don't know if it's maximally. And the county says that they have well over the 2 months worth of operating expenses in their rainy day fund. I don't know. According to Representative Brad Roy, the conservatives, we're going to be burning through our cash, like there's no tomorrow.
I always ask, rainy day fund for what? When was the last time the state of Pennsylvania dipped into millions and millions of dollars for a rainy day fund that was for an emergency?
COVID's an emergency.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, that was only a few years ago, and it's back up to billions of dollars.
I think we're being overtaxed.
That's my point. Thank you. That's what I'm saying. How often do governments? FEMA. Okay, I get it. Right, hurricanes.
Yeah.
I get it. We're all in on that. States, county budgets, local budgets. We don't run this. We're in Harbor Creek Township. We haven't raised taxes in 36 years or something. We don't run this huge rainy day. What rainy? For what? Your government. You never have to worry about the revenue side. It's always going
I always
to come
question too some of these school districts that have massive, punching up they're only allowed to have so much in their capital savings account, and many of them just keep raising taxes, and they punch up against that all the time.
By the way, it needs to be
they're spending a lot.
It needs to be designated for something. And with schools, you can say we're going to build a new school, and that can wipe the whole thing out. I get it if you're saving little by little for that. Okay, that makes sense, but that's also finite. It's not forever. These fund balances go on forever, and they want to scare people, like dipping into the savings account, like it's a personal account. It's different than personal people. I don't buy all of that. So Pennsylvania doesn't need a rainy day fund like that, anyways. Number one, but Josh Shapiro wants to spend money. He's a Dyed-in-the-wool Democrat. He wants to spend money on pet projects he thinks are important, right? The Republicans don't. You've got purple Pennsylvania. This is what it is. A Republican Senate and a one-vote majority for the Democrats in the House. This is going to happen every year, the Pennsylvania budget.
Well, but I think this year, I think there is extra politics going on because you've already got the state treasurer, Stacey Garrity, who has announced for the Republicans. Of course, Doug Mastriano doesn't want there to be a coronation, but there's basically been a coronation. They don't want a primary fight at all in the spring.
Right.
And so now, the battle has been laid out. It's Shapiro versus Garrity. And so now you're starting to hear the little barking back and forth that way.
Well, okay, then why doesn't Josh Shapiro give in to the Republicans, say, look, I'm going to come to the center and make a deal and be a hero, because he's allowing himself to be mocked by Stacey Garrity every day, in case you haven't noticed.
Yeah, and that's where I come in, where he has a bully pulpit. He needs to use it more effectively, maybe.
That tells me he thinks he's in the pole position. He is, and he's going to win that race, and he really isn't worried about Stacey Garrity. He's more worried to me about his Democratic base for president. Because he could easily be a hero in the state today and come to the middle in purple Pennsylvania and say, oh, look, I folded a little. I'm playing ball here and be a hero.
He's got to make sure that his left is taken care of.
That's exactly right. So he's in that impossible position. Stacey Garrity knows it.
Yeah. Let's grab another phone call. Hi, you're live with Dean and Joel and Cheney on Talk Erie.
Well, hello, everyone.
Hello.
It's coming a bit hot here over my ear, but I can live with it. So you guys mentioned a couple things that, pivoting back to economics, the cost of things is high, and these poor military service people are, not getting paid. How are they getting by? And then, of course, the school districts have this huge slush fund, and they're still raising taxes. A quick word about economics here that a lot of people don't get. A lot of people I talk to think that it's normal for prices to keep going up year after year. Incredulous as it sounds, I don't know how they think that's normal. I turn it around and say, well, you know what's happening? The dollar is getting reducing its worth every year because everything is more expensive. As you raise the prices for the same job you did last year, it takes more bucks to acquire those services or goods. That's inflation. So everyone is contributing to this inflation and complaining about it. I got a raise. Well, did you do any more work? Did you do any more sales? No. Then you're contributing to inflation. It's going to take more work to accomplish the same job you would have done last year. The dollar's worth relatively 9.28 cents from the calculations I made compared to the dollar in 1970 before we went off the gold standard. So if you tell people the dollar's going to devalue every year, is that normal? And all of a sudden, then the look of, oh my, no, it's not, comes across their face. I just wanted to get that off my chest over the errors for people to think about.
I think the Fed has kind of said the dollar will devalue by 2% every year. They have cooked into the books that a healthy devalue. I mean, this is a crazy way to look at it, but it's true.
That is crazy. It's insanity. It's not right.
But I mean, you're saying we can handle 2% a year of inflation. That means the dollar buys 2% less every year. Great thoughts. Thank you. Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye.
You got it. Bye-bye. Well, yeah, in 10 years, you're at 20%, right? I mean, that is nuts.
I don't think the foundations of the American economy are as strong as some people think.
No,
right
I don't.
Like,
I think we're in a kind of a goofy, scary time.
Stuff is expensive, man, and that's I think how people feel. There are a lot of some manufacturing is doing pretty well. There are some who have been slow now for months.
Wow.
So I'm not saying it's bad, but I'm not sure it's as rosy as some people think.
And when you hear, when the market tanks because he wants to charge 100% tariffs in China. I mean, I like, why is he so willy-nilly on this stuff? This is what I don't understand. He seems to just be like, boing, 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 like, where did the China announcement come from? Yeah. Because if you wanted to tank the market, good job.
But it hasn't happened.
No, I mean, the market tanked on Friday because of all that.
Okay, but still record highs.
Yeah.
Right. We've had them still in great shape. So the jury's still out on that. Like I said, there's still some
what's
issues
with
to work
gold
on.
at 4,000?
I don't know. I don't know enough about that business.
No, it's just that's the kind of stuff that like you see these graphs on your Facebook feed and are like, oh, this doesn't look right. You know, that's enough to build uncertainty into the minds and hearts of the people. Right? I mean,
some. I think there are some who think it's okay too. I don't feel that way, but I don't. It's not. The world's not ending. I just think it's something to be cautious about. I don't see how inflation can continue. Prices can continue at this rate. I know it's come down a little, but still high, extraordinarily high.
Yeah.
Compared to, I don't know, pre-COVID. I guess. I mean, it's not a fair.
I mean, at some point, you're going to want to be able to buy another car.
I think so.
You know.
And the prices are outrageous. Let's be honest. So I think some of that still has to be addressed. I hope it still comes back to earth a little bit. And I still think that's something this federal government has to tackle here in the next wave of business.
I'll get another call in here. Hi, just got about a minute left on Talk Erie. Go ahead.
Double dipping today, Joe.
Go quick, man.
Happy Columbus Day. Happy Columbus Day, Dino.
That it is. It is. Yes, it is.
The biggot you got to refer to me as Dr. Gino now. I'm my doctorate. I got it from the University of What's the Matter for You. You know? Anyhow, like Dr. Ian Roberts. But anyhow, you guys, what people have missed, I mean, shortly after 9/11, they dropped the interest rates to nothing for how many years? 22, 25 years almost? And everybody, the cost wasn't so bad because the interest rates were low. Well, now they bumped the interest rates up, plus all the crap from the COVID, giving people free money. It's super inflated. It's a perfect storm. That's why Trump kept saying, you need to lower interest rates. That's the only way you're going to help people be able to afford anything. Because Joel and Dean aren't going to go work for less money. And when people say, we need affordable housing. Well, again, another reference to Back to the Future. Well, then we need to go back in the DeLorean and fly back to when we can buy houses for $120,000. Because that was at the rate of those regulations of those times. Now we got a lot of regulation, high interest rate, relatively high, and high labor costs, and a shrinking labor force.
Yep. It's not a good situation.
I know where you're coming from.
Yeah.
A brand new 1-ton dump truck, $98,000. A 1-ton. I remember people buying triaxles for a little over $110.
Right.
You know, that's a huge truck.
Yep. Hey, I'm going to keep moving because I'm out. Thanks, man. We'll see you. No, Gino's right. Everything's expensive. I mean, you know, hard goods, you know, durable goods. And that's the other part of this. You know, you go and buy a washer and dryer, you pay more, and it's not going to last nearly as long.
Understand one of the reasons the Feds really held out on reducing interest rates is because reducing interest rates then drives the buying,
price,
right, without the productivity going up, and that causes inflation. So that's, I mean, I get his argument, and I understand how it worked so well for so long, but that has been the argument of the Federal Reserve. Trump has had that argument with them for a couple of years now. So,
all right, what are you looking at here this week? Do you think we have a solution to the government shutdown this week, or is this going to drag on?
Yeah, I don't know, and no one cares. Again, no
one cares.
The longer no one cares, the longer it'll go. I called that the shutdown would happen. Does it happen this week? It'll happen when Democrats decide they want to get 7 extra votes or whatever it takes to get to that number. That's when it'll happen. I don't know if it'll be this week. It's so
interesting that Chuck Schumer, you know, kept things going, you know, said the shutdown would be the worst thing ever. And got pounded from the left.
By his own party. Yeah. By his own party. Now could face a challenge from AOC. A race he probably loses.
You know, he's going to get challenged anyway, so vote your heart, you know. Anyway,
okay,
thank you,
good luck with that.
Yeah, appreciate it, man.
You bet.
It is 5:53 here on Talk Erie.